Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first podcast. Let's introduce ourselves. I'm Will from Tabletop Geeks. Who do we got? Joe, Dan, anyone can speak.
Hello, Dan.
Oh,
Wait, Dan.
Sorry, I was waiting for you. So I'm Daniel, as from Tabletop Geeks, also known as Luke Goblin.
I'm Joe from Tabletop Geeks as well.
And as you can see, we're very professional.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is our first podcast. Being as it's coming up to Halloween, it's October now. We thought we'd discuss some of the horror games, ones we like, ones we don't like, what we like about them, what we don't like about them. So you guys obviously are into your horror games because you've played on the channel before.
Yeah.
So what favourite ones have you got?
So in my opinion, I think the Alien one's really good. The Fate and Nostromo.
Fate and Nostromo, yeah.
That's
the one by Ravensburg.
Yeah, I really like that one. It's not necessarily a horror game, but horror themed. Shadowhunters, I've mentioned it before on the channel. That's a really good game as well. Yeah, those are a couple that jump to mind for me. What about you, Joe?
I would say it's a tough one for me. I like Betrayal in the House on the Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
Has its negatives though, I'm going to say that. I also really enjoy Jaws.
Jaws.
I think Jaws is a horror game in certain ways.
Yeah, I was surprised by the Jaws one.
When you play it, it's scary.
Yeah.
So
because you really don't know where that damn shark is.
Exactly, that's why I really enjoyed it. But yeah, House of Haunted Hill, because I like the feeling of it. I kind of like the old Goosebumps kind of feeling of exploring well, is it house or mansion? Who knows? But exploring it and then you have no idea what's going to happen. And Jaws, because it just suspenseful.
Yeah. I mean, I'm classic H.P. Lovecraft, so I love all the Arkham horrors, all those kind of games. So, but I do like zombie games as well. So I know they're kind of overdone, but there are some nice zombie games out. I like Dead of Winter, fantastic game.
Dead of Winter, yeah.
Pain in the backside to set up, pain in the backside to pack away.
Yeah. That's why we haven't got it back out again.
Yeah, we should do it again. I mean, people have asked, but it just take a lot of setup. That's the only issue.
Yeah. For our viewers, that that when we did play it didn't go super well.
No, we got owned. I mean, I think we've got one.
Go check out the videos.
Yeah, we've got one video, haven't we, of us playing it on the channel, which was a great laugh. So that was good. So we need actually. Dan, I don't think you've played it, but I know Joe has. With Mark, one of our friends, the Last Night on Earth.
It's really fun. I actually really enjoyed that.
I've played Last Night on Earth.
I've
played it not with you guys. I played it before though.
Might have to do that on the channel at some point because it is quite a simple game. It's all in one contained area, so it's quite simple to play.
It's good though.
It's got loads of cliches in it. Speaking of which, some of the stuff in it I do really love in horror games. There's lots of cliches in there, like finding the fuel to fill up the car. You've got to find the equipment. You've got to find like the battery to start the car. Those kind of things, which have been. I mean, you see them on a lot of computer games as well as horror games. I do like that. I like that factor.
The trope of like you need to get all the stuff you need to escape and survive.
I know that's a big thing in the Friday. Is it the Friday the 13th game?
The video game.
Yeah, the video game. That's a big thing where you have to go.
Played it myself.
Yeah.
But I know the general idea is kind of you have to. It's like a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. You have to do certain things, start the generator, blah blah blah.
It's on my watch list. It's not on my playlist, but it is on my watch list.
I was going to buy it for my birthday, but then what I heard was a Playbase dropped off. So
I've played it. I've got it on my Steam, and I've played it a few times. But the problem I find is it's just loads of children on there at the moment, just screaming and shouting and generally.
And you're got that home, so.
Yeah, it's a really, really good game if you've got like a crew together and you actually.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard if you can get people to play it, that'd be great.
But if you're just randos, if you're on randos, then it's just ruins the game for you.
So obviously, I've played a lot of Dead by Daylight over the years, and that's the same. Like if you play with random people online, it's a juggle. You're going to find some of the best players in the world, and then just retards run into the walls.
I've got it. But I've never played it. I actually played it ages ago, but never played it because again, I end up playing with randos. I haven't got a team. So maybe it's something we should
Surprisingly,
do some point. Is just link up and play.
Alien update kind of ended it for me.
Did it?
I don't know why. Yeah, I played a couple of games of it, and then just all the idiots came out.
Oh,
So I was just
suppose,
kind of like, oh, I don't want to deal with this. So I was like, I'm going to wait for a bit, wait for it to kind of calm back down, and then try again.
See, so-
But anyway, we've already veered off. We're meant to talk about board games, not
I
board
know.
games.
Just on one last point for computer games
Yeah.
is that is one of the things I do dislike. It's if you have a team, a lot of these games are fantastic, but if you're just playing rando, then you know
The upside
the
of board
chances of
games,
getting
though.
good. The upside of board games is you have to have
You get
people
to
around
choose
you.
your players.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to choose your
It's
friends.
one of the things
all the friends
it
that
does
can play.
lean into one of my opinions on horror games is I think that one of the things I like when I'm playing a horror game is the way it makes you feel. To me, a game lives and dies on the way it makes you feel. So with horror games, I think it needs to make you feel isolated. Even if you're with your friends, you're there, you're playing the game, you need to be able to have that moment where you feel like, oh shit. It's why Fate and Nostromo is one of my favorites, is because there are moments where you are down in the bowels of the ship. Everyone else is on the top. But then the alien is down on the bottom of the floor with you, and it's coming for you. And you genuinely feel scared. You're like, oh, my character is going to die here, or they're going to get attacked, and that's going to do massive things for the whole crew. I think that's one of the things that I really like, is a game that can make you feel immersed and like you are on your own. Even if you can be with people, but it needs to make you feel scared.
So I like it because I think the game mechanics themselves are very simple, very easy, and shit can go south very quickly. As I think, because we didn't put it on the channel, but the last game we played, what lasted like 3 rounds, was it?
It was horrible. Absolutely, it was like a chain attack.
Yeah, basically, we had an alien ran into one of us, then they ran to the place where the alien then ran onto them again because they ran away from it, and then it just ended up so badly. We died so hard in that game.
I think I'm the opposite of Dan on the whole how it makes you feel. For me, it's mechanics. I'm not that fussed about how a game makes me feel. Like, well, I'm really into horror, like way more than Dan is. Like, I enjoy watching a lot of horror movies. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. I've seen it all. You know what I mean? It's about how a game plays. I'm not fussed about how it looks. I want to know, like, do the mechanics work? Do they work as intended? You know,
I think I'm with you on that. I think I'm with you on that.
We played some of these games like Dead of Winter, that game we played. And there's one reason why I'm not a big super fan of the randomized kind of setup, because you can just reveal your objective and be like, can't do it, like undoable.
Yeah.
That's why I hate Pandemic so much. I hate that game, and everyone loves it. I hate it because you can just either be like, well, we can't win, or I'm going to win 3 turns. Why am I playing?
Yeah.
So that's one reason why. It's one of the things that I would like to change about horror games specifically, is to make it a bit more fair. Like, there's a challenge, but it's not like cripplingly difficult where you have to be really playing everyone else's turn. Like, you need to do this, and then no, don't do that. Do this, do that. Right, we'll win. Then you're not really having fun. You just kind of go through the motions. But that's me.
It does ruin it from time to time. There are a few games like that. I think, like the Arkham Horror, for example, the thing I don't like about it is it takes a while to set up. It takes a while to pack up.
A lot of pieces.
But the game itself, I love the game. I think it's very well balanced. The game mechanics work well. But again, it's one of those games where it's very long.
Do you think there's a lot of horror games like that are like massive, like you know, lots of tokens, lots of cards, lots of pieces? Do you think there's a lot of horror games like that?
No, I mean, I don't mind them. Yeah. I don't mind them.
I think it lends to that because you have to have, because there's often a lot of moving parts, and they are quite often team-based games. It's not quite often like often that you're playing one dude against a load of other dudes. It's that you're working as a team. So often they have objectives and things like that. So I think that big games lend themselves quite well to being horror-based.
Yeah.
Also, it means you can get a lot deeper if you're doing a big game like that. With Cthulhu Mythos, it's so deep and so big that if you did it on a very small scale and very small game, it just you wouldn't get the feel of that universe.
Imagine the downside to those obviously big old games that they're very expensive.
Hmm.
You know, very expensive. Well, I remember we bought Dead of Winter. Christ, it was not cheap. It was not cheap.
Yeah, we do need to get some more worth out of that. We do need to actually play it some more.
I spent a lot of money on it, and we got the expansion, which we haven't really used because you need.
No.
We didn't. We bought one expansion.
To be fair, we bought the wrong expansion. We bought the second.
Yeah, we bought the wrong expansion. But the downside is obviously if you don't do a lot of research, if you just we would just went out with my girlfriend and the rest of us, and we just went to our local board game shop, and we were just like, oh yeah, that'd be cool, but we didn't do a lot of research into it, so we kind of got a little burnt on that one. We got an expansion that we can't use. But yeah, another thing I'm not a big fan of in board games is the trait mechanic. I'm not a big fan of it.
That
depends on the game.
That's
50-50 on it.
I'm not a big fan of it though.
I love trait mechanic.
Yeah, it's the same problem with the randomized aspect of it. Sometimes it's it's too obvious to reveal your hand as a traitor. Like you will reveal yourself to try and get anywhere near your objective, and then you kind of you're out. You know what I mean? It's going to vote you out or kill you or whatever the game needs to do. So that's why I'm not a super big fan of it. It's just I like the theory behind it. It's just the practical side of it. I'm not a super big fan of.
I do like them, but it's only. But I do agree that sometimes that if you want to do it and they're about to win, sometimes you just have to throw every caution to the wind and just do it. But there are ways to be. I think Dead of Winter actually works quite well with the traitor because even if you get voted out, your game's not over. You can still win.
Yeah, you play as an isolated character.
Yeah,
not all games like that though.
No,
not all games are Dead of Winter. So.
No, not all games are like that. But I do like my games. I like Werewolf. I love Werewolf.
I've played it though, so it's hard to say because obviously I'm just talking about the
Well, Werewolf's a good game. The downside with Werewolf is you need at least 6 players to get a decent game.
Like that. You need a lot of players.
The 3 of us in the same room at the same time.
Hence the new podcast.
Hence the new podcast, yeah.
So yeah. So
what do you like about horror games, Will? Like, what's the one thing that that must be in a horror game for you?
There's so many things. I'm a big fan of Hammer House of horror games. So things like Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, Swamp Thing. Those kind of things.
About the Dracula board game quite a bit with me.
Yeah, I definitely will play that with you guys at some point. Again, it's like one of my favourite mechanics in the board games generally is the hidden movement. So there's a slasher one, there's a Dracula one which I want to play, where you got one, like the Jaws. The Jaws is a perfect example. Jaws is the hidden character. They have their own movement. Nobody knows where they're moving. I love those mechanics because it adds that little bit of randomness, that tension. That you don't know where. Like if I go here, am I getting closer? Or am I getting further away? I don't know. I've got to play. What did they do last? And it adds that extra layer of strategy.
There's a difference between a totally random based game where the whole setup is random, and a controlled randomness where someone's picking what they're doing, but you don't know. So you're playing. So part of you're playing randomly, trying to second guess another person. That's a really interesting. In the Jaws game, it works really, really well. If you saw our game when we played Jaws, it did go incredibly well for Joe, but then he did end up winning in the end. So
yes, because it's a lot of especially when you play with your close family or your closest friends, it's they know you better than anyone else.
Yeah.
So they know your kind of play style. They know if you're kind of the aggressive player, the more defensive, the patient player. So they kind of know that. So you're trying to kind of bluff them sometimes. You're going to be like, oh, I'm not really aggressive, so this time I'm going to kind of wait. And yeah, it has a lot of fun, especially between me and Dan, where it's just me and Dan left. I'm Jaws, he's a survivor. And it's just if I get hit, I die, and if I hit him, he dies. And it all came down to a dice roll, but it was a lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah, I do
what
like
about you, Dan?
hidden movements.
What do you think is the number one thing you've got to have in your horror board games these days?
For me, it's got to have that scare appeal. It's got to be something that genuinely can make you feel scared, or it's one of my big bugbears with a horror game is if the thing or the enemy or whatever you're going against feels too easy. So what is like, if, for example, I'll go back
Sorry,
to.
I was just thinking we've still got a place with Kingdom Death Monsters.
Yeah, Kingdom Death Monsters. But no, I get what you mean.
There's
Like, you can
nothing
just
easy about that game. Nothing.
Yeah.
I've played. I can't remember the name of the game that I played, but I remember I was playing it with another group of friends, and we were
Other friends.
yeah,
Got friends
there's quite a
outside of
while
us.
ago.
What's going on?
Yeah, but we were playing this game, and one of us was playing the monster, and there was about 4 of us playing like this team of people. And the idea was you meant to go out, find weapons and stuff like that to make it easier to kill the monster. But what we did was we just turned around and we just beat it to death with our fists. And it took 2-3 turns, and like I think 3 of us ended up dead, but we still did it. And that was like, it just instantly killed any interest in the game. It's like, what's the point in going out finding these weapons?
What's the point when I could just sacrifice my teammates and still claim the win, because it's a team game, it's not a solo play.
If you are gonna make your enemies easy to kill, you have to make it so that there are so many of them that it doesn't matter. Like for example, with Dead of Winter, you can kill zombies in that. They're really easy to kill.
I don't know. If you're on a bite mark, you're dead. But yeah, I get what you mean. Like, you just conquer them.
Like one damage and they're dead. But there's no point. So like it's more trying.
Yeah, at a certain point. Yeah.
It's not. You're not going to win.
Yeah, it's in the game. It's part of the management, but obviously it's just a never-ending horde. So it's not like you could just table the zombies and be like, "Yeah, kill them all." Easy.
The game I saw you guys play was another Alien game. I think it's called Another Day in the Core, even.
The Aliens, Another Glorious Day in the Core.
That felt quite horror. That felt quite horror-y because it was like
the word I use.
It's very close. Claustrophobic. It's very like. Again, it's another game that can go south very fast.
Another one actually is reminded me actually of Space Hulk.
It did have that kind of feel, like they're coming everywhere, and there's only you can only hold them off for so long.
I played Space Hulk. I played that a lot because I got it when it got re-released, and
I think I got it, and I played about an hour, and it didn't feel the same.
It was so hard because like your better weapons, which would kill them really easily, they ran out of ammo very quickly. So you would eventually. The game was going to result to they were going to be on top of you.
There is there's a lot of similarities between that and Another Glorious Day in the Core, because again it uses the motion tracker, which would be blips for blips in the Warhammer one, wasn't it? So but it's a good thing because again you don't know, is there 1 alien there, is there no aliens there, is there 6 aliens there? You don't know. That's the good thing about it. You have to adjust your strategy on the fly.
I think the difference is though in Space Hulk you have Terminator armor, and in Another Glorious Day of the Core
you're wearing fatigues.
You're just basically naked at this point.
Didn't do anything.
No, true. I feel safe with 18 inches of steel between me and an alien. You know what I mean?
But it didn't really do anything because their claws were like diamonds. So they did defeat them.
Yeah, but I'd rather have armor than no armor. You know what I mean? Even if it does nothing. You know what I mean? At least I feel strong. I think it's hard for me. I think what makes a good horror game is straightforward. Like the rules are nice and straightforward. You know, I think the summary of this podcast is Jaws is a good board game. Go buy it. Jaws did really well because it was like it's
not
just
a sponsor.
Like, one player's the shark, easy peasy, hidden movements, and then even 1 to 3 other players or the humans, and they've got to stop the shark, and it was just nice and easy. It wasn't. There's no hidden like betrayers. There's no randomizers. You got this objective, but good luck, you can't do it. I just thought it was a really good game.
It's player against player. It's pure player against player.
Player against player,
Yeah.
but it had two sides as well. So you wasn't just playing the same thing for an hour. You know, the first half is kind of like the shark circling the island, and I think that's when it's the hardest to play the shark, is the hidden movement, because you feel more fragile then. That's when it's scary with the shark. But then the second half is when it's scary for the players because they're stuck in the boat.
Again, check out the video. We've got it online.
Check it out
on the
Yeah,
channel.
if you've not seen it.
It's a great video.
Really good mechanics, and would highly recommend buying it as well.
Also, watch Jaws this Halloween. I recommend it. If you're especially afraid of the ocean like me and Will, I don't like the ocean.
My Jaws cereal.
Yeah, your cereal.
Which my son's eaten completely, so I've just got the box left.
Are they good?
No idea. I didn't get to try any. He said he liked them. He ate them all. So.
Oh well, there you go. And, you know, Will's son.
Yeah, they're shark-shaped sugar puffs. That's pretty much what they are.
Okay. No,
so you can't go wrong, really, can you? So yeah. No, I do like horror games. There's a few I still want to play, like the Dracula one. I still want us to play together at some point. We want to try some more Ravensburg company ones as well. You've got that. Dan, you want to do the Jurassic Park one, don't you, at some point?
Yeah.
So that'd be quite good.
Dan's a big fan of Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
I am. Sounds
I will watch
the same, but different as well. So
I will watch.
It's kind of similar to Jaws.
I've also read. I've read the books, and I've also read fan books as well.
Yeah, you're a bit of a fanboy, aren't you?
Do I love Jurassic Park? I also actually
Day Out, didn't you, in Derby?
Yes, I did, and
lots of pictures on Dan's Facebook page.
I also did it on Sunday as well. I took my son.
Dinosaur, you've seen them all, bro. Come on.
No, there were baby dinosaurs this time.
Dinosaurs, isn't it? I need to show. We need to play Connor's game. A friend of ours, Cthulhu. Death May Die.
The reason Joe keeps looking off to his sides is because the bookshelves there with all the games on.
I'm actually in the studio because it's in my flat, so I sit up here. But yeah, I keep looking at the games. I can't remember what it's called. Cthulhu Death May Die. That one's like it's pretty good. You basically
I've actually not played that yet. Surprisingly,
yeah, you get to play as Rasputin.
Games I've not actually played.
And I like Rasputin. So yeah, no, it's really you play a little girl who has like pyrokinetic powers and all this stuff. It's really good.
There is a board game I think we should look into, especially due to the fact that you like the Hammer House Horrors type thing. There's two versions of it. I can't exactly remember what it was called, but it's basically you play as either one of the classic B-movie horror film monsters. So you get Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, all that sort of stuff. And like you are, but it's like set that you're playing as them, and no, you're playing as hunters trying to hunt them down.
Yeah, it's the other version as well, isn't it?
I don't know, but the other
is
version.
Called Monstrous? I'm sure it's called Monstrous or something like that.
The other version, I think it might be, but the other version of it is one that I thought that Joe would like, because it's all of the American cryptids. So like,
actually, I'll be interested in that as well.
Mothman and all that, due to the fact that he's living in Canada.
Yeah, I did live in Canada for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a chupacabra in there. I do like the chupacabra. I like
saying the chupacabra's in there, yeah.
Chupacabra. It's a good word. It's a good word.
I genuinely, I think I do love horror theme. I'm not a massive horror fan, but I love horror themes. So I love stuff like that.
I'm going to be upset if Bigfoot's in there because Bigfoot is real. I'm sorry. Bigfoot's real.
Yeah, but that's why he's a cryptid.
No, he's real, mate. He's not a myth. He's real.
So it's Chupacabra.
Yeah, Chupacabra's real too, but definitely Bigfoot.
Yeah, but it's why he's a Chupacabra. He's a cryptid. That's what they're called.
Yeah, I didn't believe in Bigfoot, and I watched a YouTube video, and it convinced me.
I've seen one in real life. In real life. Yeah, me. My friend Lee. Were camping in Bognor Regis at Butlins.
Where?
Bognor Regis.
Butlins.
This is when we were at school. Yeah. This is at school. We was like teenagers.
Yeah, but when you were at school, mate, that was like in the 60s, right? Bro. I know what was going on in the 60s.
Not the 60s. 80s.
When was it?
But we got lost.
You went to school in the 80s. Are you tricking?
I just look old. But yeah, we actually got lost. We went on a massive walk with the whole school. Obviously, you go to Butlins when it's winter because obviously off peak. So
Isn't Butlins like a gated thing?
Hey,
Isn't Butlins like in a gated area?
Yeah, but you go out with the people that run Butlins, and you go around with the teachers, and you go
30
for
miles.
you go for long walks. And we got lost because we're idiots, and one of the signs that had the arrows on was bent around a post, so we followed the bend rather than go straight on. Look, I'm not saying like we were smart, right? But we end up going through all these thin pathways and that. We got to this massive dark forest. It was like proper horror scene, and we heard something screaming in there. We're like, no, fuck this, we're out. So we turned around, went back the other way, and as we go, you got all these mist rolling across all the moors and the hills and stuff like that. We went over this little hump bridge, and you can see off into the distance, and in the distance you can see this forest all the way around, and you can see some pheasants, and this huge human walked out of the forest, and he must have been 8-9 foot tall, because we know what a pheasant looks like. We know the size of pheasants. And
well, yeah, but you followed a arrow.
He was sniffing the air, right?
Yep.
And then he looked over. I swear to God, he looked over at us, and then walked back into the forest. At that point, we both shut ourselves, ran as fast as we could, managed to catch up with everyone, and at camp, when we was around a big campfire at night, cooking, doing all your marshmallows and stuff.
Marshmallows and good stuff.
One of the camp guys came over to us because he heard us talking about it. He said, "Oh, you've seen it as well, and you're not the only people." And we're like,
"Sounds like
what?"
a goosebump.
Yeah, generally, right, I swear my kids, this is a true story, okay? And since then, I know for a fact they exist, and no one can convince me otherwise, because I physically seen one with my own eyes.
It reminds me of the old folk tale we have in Burton. I'm trying to see if you guys have heard this one. It's where we have like an 8-foot panther walking around the Ginny Trail.
Yeah, that comes up a few times, yeah.
Yeah, every couple of years it does the rounds where we have like a big panther walking around the Ginny Trail. You know what the Ginny Trail is, Will?
No, I haven't got a clue.
It goes between Stratton and Ralston.
Oh, okay.
And it's literally just a straight path. And it's like popular for like people to either cut across or for like dog walkers and that kind of stuff. And it's not very secluded. There's like housing estates on each side. But yeah, apparently there's a panther down there. Oh. So we'll see if that's real or not. Maybe we should go walk down there, Will, late at night and see what happens.
Well, I'm all full of ghost. I do ghost hunting, so I'm full out for that.
It is a big thing.
I think we've got our next podcast, our paranormal experiences.
Ooh.
That would be good. I've had a couple.
A couple as well.
Yeah, so
it is a big ghost hotspot, Burton. There's a lot.
Burton and Derby. There's so many around.
There's there is a lot. I do know someone who runs one actually. I knew the kid, someone who ran one, and they do it over they do it over the Watsons because there is a lot. There's actually a lot of like there's a lot of graves there. There's a lot of unmarked graves there, dude.
Yeah, literally right behind them. I've never seen a ghost walk through my house once. I live on the 3rd floor, so they probably don't come inside. When you're dead. I don't want to stairs, thanks.
Fair enough.
But yeah, how long we got left, Will?
We'll go for about another 10 minutes or so.
Oh, Jesus, I ran out of material. This is coming to the channel soon.
Oh yes.
There you go.
There you go.
You got a ship paint. I've yet to do mine. Yet to build them.
I'll still get your sales here, by the way.
There you go. Here's mine. There's
dwarves.
That's it.
Cheating.
That's so
cheating dwarves.
Not cheating. They were really good.
Cheating.
Always beat them every time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's got himself a beard. He's got himself a beardy army. He just goes to
we discussed this, didn't we? We said Dan always plays like the beardy like factions, but he can't grow a beard in real life.
No, I can't grow a beard in real life.
Yeah,
I've tried.
It's kind of he wants a beard.
We'll have to draw one on for next time. We'll draw one on for next time. Just get some marker. Get your nice little goatee going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think a suit down. It's kind of baby faced, isn't he?
Yeah.
Kind of baby faced. But yeah, some good horror games out there. Some not so great horror games, but I think on the whole they're pretty good. Pretty good horror games.
I mean, they do what they do. It's you want to play with your mates, team up, fight some monsters, kill some zombies,
or be the monster,
be the monster. Yeah,
be the monster. I kind of like being the monster, but yeah, there's plenty of good old ones out there. Hopefully, play some over Halloween. I'm sure we will.
Yeah,
we're going to try and get together and do some games.
We were meant to, but we had the local fair in Burton. I live right outside of it, so all you'd hear is just like fair music. So it wouldn't work for the studio. So
no, literally, you wouldn't get any audio, sadly. But no, we'll definitely have to play some more games. I definitely want to play some more hidden movement ones.
Yes, we need some more. We do need some more for the collection.
I'm still looking to try and get Shadowhunters on the channel. I'm currently speaking to the guy who's going to lend it to us.
I've been speaking to this person for like 2 months now.
I have, yeah.
Yes, but, no question, isn't it?
It's not that. It's arranging being able to sort it out with him because he does work quite a lot. So being able to get him down.
There's a job.
Yeah.
Oh, fancy.
He's a fancy man.
Fancy man has
a job. Yeah, but
I have a job too because this doesn't pay the bills.
Oh, I've seen you at work, mate. That ain't work, mate. You stand behind a counter.
Yeah, I walk around a lot.
Yeah, but you always have spare time to talk to me, don't you?
Oh yeah, I always make time to talk to you.
And every other customer I see walk through the door.
Yeah, nobody knows that. Yeah, well, I don't talk to you.
Will works very hard. I think.
I do. When I'm not being placid.
More than me. More than me. I play video games all day. Currently playing Monster Hunter Rise. It's really good. Ooh. Recommend everyone to play it if you're into Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I'm still doing, as hopefully people have been following, the Alien Dark Descent. Just play some more of that. Just
very good.
Just it's really, really good. It feels, as you were saying earlier, about like being scared and feeling the emotions and that. You actually do feel like you're in the middle of the film. It's so well done. Really, really well done.
Atmospheric, isn't it? What I've seen of it looks very atmospheric. Yeah. It's very atmospheric. Very dark.
The one thing I will say about Alien games is they have they have the same problem that a few games have, whereas they're either the best games of their type ever made, or they are hot garbage.
I don't think I've actually seen a bad Aliens game, to be fair.
Colonial Marines.
I enjoyed it.
Apparently that wasn't that bad.
It was.
I never played it. Apparently it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but you weren't playing it on the PC, was you?
No,
I'm not playing. I've not actually played it. I've never played it. I didn't buy it. I don't fall for the hype.
This is why I'm a PC man, because I prefer playing them on PC. Because I mean, what are mods and I think they're just better.
Yeah, but the problem is mods don't make a game good. You know what I mean? Because then you're relying on the modding community to make a game good, kind of thing. And then I judge a game based on its like standard kind of game.
I played Colonial Marines all the way through, and I had several glitches that meant that I wasn't able to play it. Like I had to restart my game, which meant like going back through levels. It didn't feel scary. It didn't feel scary at all. The very beginning was like, okay, yeah, like that's when you had just like the pistol. You had limited ammo. That felt scary. That was a good part. That was the highlight of the game. But then once you got past a certain point, it just never felt scary again. And
I feel like I'm the opposite of that. What's that other Alien game where you it was like the single alien and you had to get off the ship? Yeah,
Isolation.
That was boring. Boring as hell.
To be fair, I agree with you on that one. There's only so many lockers. There's only so many lockers you can hide in before it gets.
It's the same problem with Outlast. It's just boring. I'm like, I run away from the AI, and then they might just randomly find me in my really good hiding spot. And sometimes they walk through a room and don't see you stand in the middle of the room. It just didn't seem fun to me.
The alien AI in Isolation was learning. So it literally learned from what you did. So if you hid in lockers all the time, it would look in lockers for you.
Oh, wow. So basically you run out of options.
No, you just have to change up your strategies.
I'm sensing
but then that's based on level design then. And if there's nowhere but lockers, then you're like, well, guess I'll die. Yeah, it just didn't look, don't get me wrong, graphically it looked amazing. But when After watching a bit on YouTube, it's never bought it myself. It's just kind of like it's just the same. Just like run. Give him a little juice with the flamethrower. Doesn't do much. He just runs away for 10 seconds. Like I don't know. I think my video games are a bit more action packed. I want to play a video game. I want to be the best.
So what board games would you guys be interested in playing next then? Like horror wise?
Don't know. I have no idea. I'd have to look at the list, bro. There's so many out there.
Yeah.
So many. I don't actually physically have them in front of me. Because I like playing new ones. I don't like kind of cycling some of the old ones for the channel. I like playing new ones. Experiencing
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be recycling some of the old ones anyway because...
Yeah, but I want to play some new ones.
If someone likes them, then we'll play more of them. You know, but we do
want to play more of Ghostbusters. I want to play more of that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll get my. I get my.
It's always scary, but I like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's fun.
No, it was good. It's fun.
I think it's got most of the expansions now as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not a scary game, but it's fun. I like Ghostbusters, so I kind of like the cheesiness of Ghostbusters. So you know, and you know, you get to play as the Ghostbusters. So
another one I want to play at some point as well, which I think will be good for the channel, is Zombicide.
I've never played it.
It's a really simple. It's a really simple game.
I've heard good things.
It's basically the Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
it's the same mechanics, exactly the same mechanics. So you've got the slider. You've got the slider on the bottom of the character sheet for your levels and stuff like that. You can actually import the Ghostbusters game into Zombicide.
Oh, okay.
It's the same. It's the same rule set. So yeah, but Zombicide is really really fun because it's they've updated it now with a new one, which I might get at some point. But you essentially play a team of unlikely heroes going around, getting resources and escaping from the map. So each map's got its own design. So one bit you have to find this key to unlock the blue gate so you can escape, kind of thing. And it's as simple as that. But you've got cars you can drive around in, and the zombies change. You've got runners, you've got walkers, you've got
I do like Chain of Zombies.
Yeah, we got massive fat, you know, huge zombies that basically are just hard to kill. But they've also added loads of expansions.
Good zombie designs. That's why I love Left 4 Dead so much. Good zombie designs.
That was a great zombie game.
But I like it. They're like unique zombies. I like those. You got your generic kind of zombies. Yeah.
But you get those like Left 4 Dead type zombies you get in there as well. You get expansions. One of the expansions I've seen which is hilarious was it's an add-on pack and it's zombies, but you got zombies in hot dog costumes. So they're like mascots that turn to zombies.
I do like
one that's a chef. All kinds.
The good old clown zombies.
Yeah, the clown zombies as well.
Yeah. What's scarier than a clown?
I think because again, it's one of those isolated games where there's not much spread over the table, so it is literally just a board, and you're sat around the board. So I think, yeah, exactly. So I think more games like that, I think, will be great for the channel because obviously we've got room to set it all up. Right. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We're going to sign off now. We're hopefully going to be doing this once a week, once we get to the flow of things. Thank you two for joining us. Check out the website. We're going to be having some more games on there. I'll be playing some more PC games. I think Joe is going to be doing some, hopefully streaming at some point as well.
Yeah, I'll be joining you on one of your games.
Yeah, King the Death Monster. Keep an eye out for that. Obviously, the R2 stuff's still going because people want to see me build an R2D2.
Still going on.
Yeah, Joe's still going to be doing. So you're going to be doing some more games with us. Dad's going to be doing some shorts with us still. So keep on with those.
And then hopefully we can all get together and do some.
Actual
studio time.
Yeah, we've got lots of plans. We've got lots of games we're planning. It's just obviously family life, work.
Family life, yeah.
It just gets in the way.
Family life, work.
And it's one of the primary reasons we started this podcast. So I think we've covered everything we need to today.
Check us out on YouTube. If it's the first time you've seen us, check us out on Tabletop Geeks, and then we've got all the social medias. Such as,
I'll put links in the description anyway.
Yeah, Facebook.
But yeah, feel free to join us. If you've got any questions for us as well, we're more than happy to answer any of the questions within reason. I've seen some of those comments.
Yes, we've had some silly ones. So if it's just like cheeky messages, that's fine. cheeky messages, cheeky questions. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can contact us on Facebook. We've got a Facebook page as well, which we'll post up. We're usually one or two of us are on there. We can chat anyway. It takes us, if no one's on there, it takes a couple of minutes to get the message, and we'll answer you back. It's all about the community, basically. We're just trying to build, a community around us.
A geek community.
Yeah.
We also have a Patreon if you want to support the channel and this podcast. It'd be greatly appreciated.
I'd like to thank our patrons, actually, for supporting us as well.
I'll
Patrons do get some bonuses, and they do get to see usually a lot of the fuck ups, behind the scenes,
early releases, more stuff in the future as we grow the channel itself and the community. More stuff to come. But
we're going to be starting an OnlyFans for Dan's forehead as well. So if anyone wants to see that,
look, OnlyFans for Dan's forehead.
Can't see us making much money from that.
All that money's going straight to the bear fund.
Yeah. We're basically gonna you pay per inch, so it's quite expensive.
But yeah, I think that's about everything from us.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much before we just generate into our usual chat. Yeah. Right, see you guys. See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.